Hello YouTube, Jason here. How you doing? Hey, just sort of do a quick video on Power Region PS1 games, especially the marketing or the packaging we used to get here. Just sort of pull out a couple of examples. First of all, I'll start off with one that everyone knows, which is Final Fantasy. That's the American NTSC copy, which would be pretty common. I know they did a long box in America, but we never got them here. And of course the artwork on the disc was pretty simple. However, they did make up for it in their books. They're really well detailed and well thought out stories in Final Fantasy. But meanwhile, here in the Power Region, that's how they got released, which was just the white cover, very bland in comparison to what they saw in America. But the artwork was pretty much the same, to be honest. It just was presented in a different way. So the art book in the American version is what we got as cover art. This is a platinum hit, so it's not very glamorous discs. Yeah, the discs are pretty boring actually. I don't have a manual for this one, but hang on a moment. This is a copy of the same game, but just not a platinum hits, and I think this one has the manual. Of course, the discs again have the artwork on them as well. Very detailed games. A lot of thought went into the presentation, and of course the manual, if I can get it out. It's the manual. Yeah, they're pretty boring, just black and white. They tried to represent the artwork, but because they printed it in black and white, it just sort of fell flat. But however, it is what it is. What can you do? Yeah, so the artwork. But I think the American version actually had a lot more emphasis put into the artwork. So in other words, the book itself, they printed in color, to really capitalize in on the extra work they put into building characters and so forth. So the American version is probably the prettiest out of all of them, but still, it is what it is. Yeah, so that's the American version and the PAL version. And then of course the Americans also had, cover art every angle or every opportunity they had to put some sort of graphic art. They certainly took the opportunity to do so. Unlike here, where they just simply used a pretty boring black cover. Yeah, it's a shame they did that. Never mind. So they devalued it quite a bit by the time it come to PAL regions. But if you're really a hardcore Final Fantasy collector, you really need to hunt out the American ones. And I don't think you have to pay a lot for them, because they actually did do a lot of prints. A couple of other interesting things that we had in PAL region. Sorry, these are had a hard life, but that's the same game. Yep, and that's a platinum one, and that's a regular one. The regular ones here, a lot of games, they were packaged with a bonus special feature disc. That one there is Ridge Racer Type 4, and of course the book was just like, dropped in like so. Yeah, so and then when they did the platinum one, which is that one, This one came from Cash Converters, I see. Someone paid $8.30 for it. This is only a pinball game. Of course, again, you got bland discs. But a lot of people said that they printed in black and white. The cover wasn't, but certainly the catalogue was definitely black and white. But then again, here in Power Regions, they did that a lot to cut the costs. Yeah, that's really all I've got to show you with the Final Fantasy. I've got quite a few other PS1 games in the Final Fantasy series, which I'm happy to show at some stage if anyone's interested. But again, of course, they're pretty bland that we got here. Actually, I've gone and pulled out the other two that I've got, which are Final Fantasy as well. So you kind of see the look they kind of went for when they did the series. The discs are pretty cool though, I'll say that about them. They're different colours, they're blue and tan, purple and green. I don't have a manual for that one, but hey, you know, I'll find one day. And this is the other one. You know, the artwork is pretty cool on the box, but these flip-flop boxes were a big thing. But you know, I've got dozens of them kicking around because it's how we got a lot of CDs released, just music discs. That's the other two discs. Again, don't have a book for that one. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's it for the PS1 Final Fantasies I've got. I've got a lot of loose discs. PS1 games are getting harder to find now, of course, and a lot of them that I find, the covers are destroyed, whether broken off at the spine or so forth. You can replace with normal CD covers in some cases, but some of them have a unique, where are we? Have a unique thickness case here in Power Regions, so they're thicker than a CD, and of course they have a bigger spine and more of a tray or a box that that the book sits in. Yeah, so it opens like a tray, and the book just sits in the tray. So it is, you know, quite a bit different from a normal CD cover. But I try to hang on to them as much as I find them, even if they're broken. Yeah, one day you'll probably be able to just buy them retail and replace a lot of the covers. But hey, they are what they are when you find them, and you know, you can look after them yourself and not worry about those things too much if you really want to. It's more about the fun of finding them somewhere and, you know, paying a silly $5 price or $6 price for them. So that's it for now. So please, yeah, like and please subscribe. Take care. Bye.